The station starter is WY3. There's a 25-mile-an-hour speed restriction. This is the T-board for the 25-mile-an-hour speed restriction. WW1 is the outer home signal at Hatton Cross eastbound. WW1 is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead. WW2 is the inner home signal at Hatton Cross eastbound. WW2 is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead, and WW3 in turn protects the points in advance. The station starter is WW3. This is outer home signal A411A. The station starter is WTX 413. This is outer home signal WT1A. WT1A is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead, and WT2 in turn protects the points in advance. The station starter is WT2. WT2 protects the points in advance. The station starter is A425. Drivers should be aware that during periods of sunshine you may have poor visibility in the monitors. If this is so, then please get assistance.
Yes, I tried to tell you that, but you weren't answering your ring.
The station starter is A429. This is signal WSX 433. WS1A is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead, and WS3A in turn protects the points in advance. WS1A is obscured on approach by the arch of a road bridge and the curve of the track. It's essential to react to the repeater RWS1A displaying a caution aspect to ensure a braking distance. This is signal WS1B. This is a combined signal. Shunt signal WS3B, which routes trains into the Northfields Depot reception road, and WS3A is the intermediate home signal for Boston Manor. These are the points that lead into Northfields Depot. Signal A441 is the inner home to Boston Manor.
What's your list car number? 214. Yeah.
The station starter is WRX 443. This is signal WR1A. It's the advanced starter outer home, and it's an approach control semi-automatic signal calibrated at 25 mph maximum speed. It protects the section ahead and points in advance of WR1C. A control speed of 23 mph over the inductor rail applies to WR1A. This is signal WR1B, intermediate home signal. Note the route indicator repeater, repeating WR1C ahead. WR1C in a home signal, the route indicator routes trains into the eastbound fast platform 3 at Northfields, and a straight green routes trains onto platform 4 eastbound local at Northfields. The station starter is WR6. WR6 is a semi-automatic signal which protects the section ahead and points in advance. WR6 is a regulating point where trains are held to time. Expect to be held here and exercise extra caution. The station starter is A477. You are now entering the controlled area at Acton town. Start reducing your speed here as the next signal, WL97A, is unsighted. You're approaching WL97A, which may be at danger. The track to the left is the eastbound local, which runs from Northfields to Hammersmith. Piccadilly line trains do use this track from time to time, as far as Acton town, subject to timetable. WL97A is the outer home signal to Acton town eastbound from South Ealing. It's at the end of a long and fast section of track. WL97A is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead, and WL97B, which in turn protects the points in advance. This is signal WL97B. It's the intermediate home. A straight green takes us into the eastbound fast. Green with the route indicator to the left will take us into the eastbound local platform at Acton Town. The points from Acton westbound 26 siding merge with the main line. 15 miles an hour is the speed limit across the points to the eastbound local, and 20 miles an hour is the speed restriction for the eastbound fast. WL89 is the inner home signal to Acton Town eastbound fast platform and is situated under this bridge. Its purpose is to protect station starter WL87, which in turn protects the points. WL89 is a multi-spadded signal. Be aware of the tripcock tester here. We're now on the eastbound local platform. This is the route that Piccadilly line trains will take when routed via the local back to the fast. The station starter is WL106. Notice the route indicator illuminated to take Piccadilly line trains back onto the fast line. A straight green will take you up to the district line eastbound local. Note the shunt signals, which will take you into Acton East sidings.
Driver, can you hold on to Manor, please? Can I get back to you? Thank you. Can I get back to you, driver?
Acton East sidings are on the right, number 23, 22 and 21. 23 is closest to us. This is Chiswick Park Station. This is Turnham Green Station. Trains stop at Turnham Green from the start of traffic to 06:52 and then from 22:30 to close of traffic Monday to Saturday, and on Sunday from start of traffic to 07:45 and then from 22:30 to close of traffic. This is Stamford Brook Station. This is Ravenscourt Park Station. This is Ravenscourt Park Station starter A641, and we're now entering the controlled section at Hammersmith. From this point, drivers should start slowing their speed to 25 miles an hour on the approach to Hammersmith East Fast. WD8A is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead. WD8A is located inside the tunnel mouth in a 15 mile an hour speed limit, and although situated at the end of a downhill gradient, this signal has 3 repeaters. This is a multi-spadded signal. This is signal WD8A, the outer home signal at Hammersmith eastbound fast. This is signal WD8B, intermediate home. This is WD9, eastbound inner home. WD9 is a semi-automatic signal that protects station starter WD10A and the section ahead. WD9 will remain at danger if a train is being routed from the local to the fast, or a train is being routed into the sidings. Then WD9 cannot clear until the points are reset to the normal position. The station starter is WD10A and will take us onto Barons Court. A route indicator to the left will take us to the eastbound local district line, and shunt signal WD10B will route us into Hammersmith Barons Court siding. This is signal WD12. This is the Hammersmith eastbound advanced starter. Here is the surface stock detector. If an overheight train comes down this section of track and breaks the mercury tubes, it will return signal X647C to danger. This is signal X647C, which will remain at danger if the mercury tubes are broken. There's a signal phone adjacent to the gantry. The station starter is A649. There's a light for the tripcock tester next to the station starter. You're entering a 25 mile an hour speed restriction area. This is the repeater for A655, showing a yellow aspect. A655 is a speed-controlled signal which will only clear if the speed of the train is below 25 miles an hour. This signal is a multi-spadded signal. A655 is on a 1 in 50 gradient. If a train is being held at the home signals for Earl's Court, A659A, B or C, this signal cannot clear regardless of the speed of the train. This is the T-board for the 25 mile an hour speed restriction. Earl's Court station can be very busy when there are events on at the venue, and the station can be closed due to overcrowding. The station starter is A661. Station starter A671 is an automatic signal. The next station is South Kensington. Remember, the stopping mark is slightly more advanced in order to make sure that the train is fully berthed in the platform. Station starter A681 is an automatic signal. A 20 mile an hour speed limit starts from this signal and extends beyond the curves ahead. Maintain 20 miles an hour until you reach the T-board to ensure that all of the train has exited the curves. This is A699A, the outer home to Knightsbridge. There's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit coming up that reduces to 20 miles an hour before the platform. Station starter A701 is an automatic signal. A 30-mile-an-hour speed limit starts at this signal. You're now entering a controlled area. The first semi-automatic signal is the inner home PB23. The T-board indicates that normal line speed can be resumed, signals permitting. This is PB23, the inner home signal. This signal will be at danger if wrong road starter PB20 on the westbound platform is cleared or wrong road shunt signal PB18 is cleared. The station starter PB22 is a semi-automatic signal. This is a regulating point where trains are held to time or to balance the headway. Don't expect this signal to clear immediately. The next two signals, PB11 and PB8, are also semi-automatic signals. A 30-mile-an-hour speed limit starts at the repeater for PB8 and extends to the station starter at Green Park. The station starter FPX 731 is an X signal with an illuminated A. Normal line speed recommences at this station. Approaching the inner home signal, there's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. This is because of the curved platform at Piccadilly Circus. Station starter A741 is an automatic signal with a T-board. This is signal A749B, the intermediate home signal to Leicester Square. This signal is speed controlled and will be at danger if there's a train berthed in Covent Garden platform. Visually check the train stop, the sleeping policeman, situated about 2/3 of the way down the platform. This is also to protect a train berthed in Covent Garden platform. Station starter A759A is also the outer home to Covent Garden. If the PEA is operated within station count-up markers, stop immediately. Station starter A761 is a timed occupation signal. A 20-mile-an-hour speed limit commences just after the starter and continues into Holborn platform. Holborn is a controlled area. PB2, the inner home signal, is the first semi-automatic signal. Don't forget your Mind the Gap announcement at Holborn. Station starter PD3 is a semi-automatic signal with a T-board. A 30-mile-an-hour speed limit starts just after the 4-car mark, which reduces to 25 miles an hour at the outer home signal to Russell Square A779A. The station starter is LX781. King's Cross is a controlled area. The first semi-automatic signal is the advanced starter L11. There are various moves that can be carried out in the eastbound platform, which are protected by L11. When approaching King's Cross platform, remember the 10-mile-an-hour speed limit, which extends to the 6-car mark beyond the platform. Station starter L9 is a semi-automatic signal. Station starter A811 is an automatic signal. The station starter A821 is an automatic signal. On match days, Arsenal station can be overcrowded and a cautious approach to the platform is recommended. The station starter A831 is an automatic signal. Finsbury Park is a controlled area. The signals and points are controlled by the Victoria Line control room at Coburg Street. The first semi-automatic signal is the advanced starter VK1. There's a 30-mile-an-hour speed limit from this signal. The signal after this is VK2, which is a routing signal used to route trains onto the Victoria Line. Station starter A841 is an automatic signal. Station starter A851 is an automatic signal. A 35-mile-an-hour speed limit starts just before signal X855. Automatic station starter A871 is a timed occupation signal. Wood Green is a controlled area. The first semi-automatic signal is the inner home signal PG1. This controlled area extends to signal X887. There's a tripcock tester halfway down the platform. Station starter PG2 is a semi-automatic signal. Only accept associated shunt signal PG3 if you are reversing at Wood Green. The advanced starter is X883, followed by X887. Station starter A891 is an automatic signal. This is signal A895. It's the last signal in the tunnel section and indicates that we are approaching the Arnos Grove controlled area. This is the repeater for PJ1, which is situated outside the tunnel. PJ1 is the outer home signal to Arnos Grove eastbound. PJ1 is a semi-automatic signal that protects the section ahead and PJ2 in advance. If trains are routed westbound from PJ30 or PJ31 over the long crossover or into or out of the sidings from platforms 2, 3 or 4, then PJ1 cannot clear until the points are reset to the normal position. There's a 20-mile-an-hour speed restriction here. We're on an uphill gradient into Arnos Grove. This is signal PJ2. Trains can be routed into all platforms via this signal. This is a multi-spadded signal. We're being routed into the middle road at Arnos Grove, platform 2, via the inner home PJ4. When routed into the eastbound via the middle road at Arnos Grove, drivers are reminded to only open the doors on the left for platform 2.
Control to 356, 356, you're receiving. Yeah, 356. It's got crew with train 311, please. He's at Manor at the moment. Take the defective train back in the depot out the right time on the east next line. Thank you.
The station starter is PJ6. It has a coacting signal. This is because the main signal is situated on the right and the platform is on the left, so the co-acting signal has been placed in an easier position for drivers to see it.
Can you ask him to call me as soon as he gets off of your train? Thank you.
The station starter is A911. This is a timed occupation signal. It will only clear if a train has occupied the track for a few seconds. Upon leaving the tunnel, there's a steep gradient rising between here and Oakwood. This is PK1, Oakwood Outer Home. It's a semi-automatic signal which protects trains in the platform, and PK2, which in turn protects the points to the rear of the platform. If there's an eastbound train in the platform which may be detraining to enter the depot, or a train reversing via PK21, then PK1 cannot clear until the points are reset to the normal position. Station starter PK3 displays a green aspect, allowing us to proceed to Cockfosters. Associated shunt signal PK4 authorises movement into the depot.
Yeah, okay, can you ask him to call me as soon as he gets off of your truck?
Signal PM1 is the outer home approaching Cockfosters on the east. Trains will be held here until a platform becomes available at Cockfosters. This is a multi-spadded signal. In a home and routing signal PM2 is a semi-automatic signal that routes trains into all three platforms at Cockfosters and protects all the points in advance. You're entering a traction control area where reduced traction current is available when entering this dead-end station.